From the Mount Washington Radio Group online newsroom, I'm Gary McKenzie. A meteorologist with the National Weather Service in Gray, Maine, says yesterday's storm, as predicted, generally dropped from 8 to 12 inches of new snow in the valley area and western Maine. Mike Sempa says about 10 inches of new snow was reported last night on the ground in Madison, New Hampshire, and he's waiting for more snowfall totals to come in this morning. He says he hasn't heard of any major problems or major power outages caused by the storm.
The snow was very light and fluffy, so it didn't really stick to anything. Just blew right off of everything.
Sempa says a coastal storm expected this weekend will probably affect areas south of New York down to the Carolinas, but not have a significant impact on New England. Looking further out, Sempa says,
it doesn't look like we're going to go to those extremes of cold that we saw in January. It looks like we'll stay close to normal or slightly below normal, at least through next week, and then maybe even a slight warming trend toward next weekend.
Conway police say 2 Maine residents were arrested Tuesday morning after an incident in Center Conway. Lieutenant Chris Purley says officers responded to 830 Morrison Road shortly after 9:15 after a hysterical female caller reported another female was attacking her car with a knife. Arriving officers found a blue 2006 Chrysler Pacifica SUV in a snowbank, partially blocking the driveway. The driver was not injured. Inside the house, officers found 24-year-old Felicia Gray of Oxford Street in Freiburg having an argument with 22-year-old Michael Kimball of Main Street in Brownfield. Both were arrested. Detectives applied for a warrant and later searched the house, and Purley says a couple of knives were recovered, including one that matched the description of the knife used against the SUV, and drugs and drug paraphernalia were confiscated. Purley declines to discuss what kind of drugs were found. Gray is charged with criminal mischief vandalism for allegedly slashing one of the SUV's tires and criminal threatening use of a deadly weapon. Kimball is charged with burglary. The SUV was towed and impounded by police. Back in December, utility crews from as far away as Pennsylvania came to Maine to help out after the ice storm. Now Central Maine Power is returning the favor. CMP says it's sending 25 two-man line crews along with support personnel and equipment to southeastern Pennsylvania to help out Philadelphia Electric Company. Freezing rain in Pennsylvania caused ice buildup that brought down tree limbs and power lines. About 750,000 customers were still reported without power yesterday. In sports and men's college hoops, University of Maryland at Baltimore County came from behind to beat New Hampshire 68-57 last night. In hockey action, the Portland Pirates beat the Binghamton Senators 5-1 yesterday in New York. And in the NBA, Jeff Green scored 17 of his 36 points in the third quarter as the Celtics got a 114-108 win over the Philadelphia 76ers last night in Philly. In the weather today, mostly sunny, highs in the lower 20s. Northwest winds around 10 miles per hour this morning, becoming light. Mostly clear tonight, lows from around 1 above to 5 above zero. And mostly sunny on Friday, highs in the lower 20s. From the Mount Washington Radio Group online newsroom, I'm Gary McKenzie.